So
What's the percentage?
was it filter rolling percentage?
33.3 continue.
Nerd.
Obviously.
But I know it was
So I might as well just start on and go.
Let's start. Hello! Welcome everyone, this is We Talk Games. I am Mark, also known as PoloMint Peeper.
And I'm Boab, aka We Talk Games Boab, or WTG.
Yeah, and Jim's not here today. He's working actually on a Sunday. What the fuck?
Blasphemous.
I know. But we thought we'd just quickly throw together a wee quick update on how we are, what we've been doing, and
maybe plans for the future.
Yeah, but we're just going to talk a lot of shit about games, pretty much. What we've been playing, because it has been a few months since we've played like all the Resident Evils. So I know. So we've been playing a lot. So I may as well. I'll go first. Me and Bob we've got PS4 now, and pretty much the whole past month at least has been Destiny. Yeah. And it's absolutely loving it. I feel as if I shouldn't like the game as much as I do, because when I really start to think of all the boxes it ticks, it's generally stuff I don't like. The fact that it's so repetitive, it's incredibly repetitive. You're doing the exact same missions, there's not a lot to it. The single player, if you can even really call it single player, because it's, you're always inhabiting a world with other people, but you play through the main storyline. I have no fucking clue what the main storyline was about.
Well, I don't know how many hours I've put into it now, but I'm going to say high 30s maybe.
Yeah.
Easily. I did get my PS4 this month, so I've only had it for 3 weeks, I think now. 3 and a bit weeks, and I've been playing online with Mark, more or less every other night. We've been playing it. If not, just talking through the headsets to each other whilst doing separate parts of the mission without being in the same fire squad. But yeah, same with you. I don't know why I'm enjoying this game so much. I've heard a lot of complaints, people saying, well, when you start the game, you spawn into the same area every single time.
Yeah.
You start a mission, you start into the same area every single time. Nothing changes. It's repetitive over and over and over, which it is, but I don't know why. I'm just fine. That's what I said to you the other night, saying I don't know why I'm enjoying this so much. I've done the same mission probably like 50 times.
Yeah.
But every single time it is slightly different because you're playing with different people.
Yeah.
And they've got different skill sets. You go, oh, well, wait a minute, this guy used that vehicle to beat that boss this time, and I would never have thought I like vehicles or shit. I'd rather stay back and snipe or use a rocket launcher or whatever, but watching other people learn their moveset from them, it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's what it reminds me of, I remember playing Borderlands when it first came out, playing it, and at this point in time I didn't really know of this type of genre of game, like this kind of Diablo. I never even played Diablo at this point, but this kind of repetitive nature. You're playing the exact same levels in the exact same areas and killing the exact same enemies, but it's all about random loot drops and stuff like that. So I remember playing Borderlands and going, this game's fucking broke. I have to keep killing the exact same. They keep reappearing. What's going on? Not understanding that that it's not really about that. It's about the whole co-op nature. Destiny. I think Destiny's gunplay is just so nice. It's never a chore to kill the exact same enemies.
It's what I found. It's totally different. Like going from playing Ghosts, I had Ghosts on my Xbox One, playing that, to then playing Destiny on my PS4. It feels like you're actually shooting. Because I really don't play first-person shooters that much. I think probably the one before that would have been Bioshock Infinite, and I had to stop playing that game because of the gun playing that. It's like, I can't. Your shotgun feels like you're firing, I don't know, a fucking pistol. It was terrible. So from going that to then to play Ghosts to then play this, excellent. Something else. It feels really, really nice.
Headshots are so sweet.
Yeah. There's nothing better than having your hand cannon and just lining up what I used. Might as well talk about classes we're using.
Yeah.
Because I'm using the Hunter class, which is allegedly OP'd, but the only reason I chose Hunter was because Hetero, on the Xbox One, he's using
Titan.
the robot.
The Titan. It's kind of like the big strong class, I guess.
Mark is the Warlock.
Warlock, you know it.
And I went the Hunter because no one else was Hunter, and I thought, Triple H. I thought I'll go Triple H. And my secret move is, well, I haven't leveled up my other class, like subclass yet. Yeah. But for my special move is basically a golden hand cannon. If you remember, it's basically going back to GoldenEye days.
It's like 15 seconds of one shot kill?
One shot, high damage. Does kill most enemies one shot, but if you've got a high level, I don't know, boss or whatever, it takes like 2,000 energy off them if you hit them in the head.
But I know I've got I'm a warlock because pretty much in any RPG type game, I go wizard because it's like, right, what kind of fancy ass magic can I do? But all the classes are pretty much the same. It's just their specials like that. You can have 2 different types of specials depending on like your original class and your subclass for each type that you can go. So I originally starting, it was throwing. I can jump up there and throw these kind of like 3 balls of lightning or whatever, and it explodes anybody within that vicinity. And the other one is I can like regen myself after I die.
Oh yeah, that's actually really good for online play.
Yeah, for PvE for PvE strikes, it's awesome if I'm doing the strike solo, because if I fuck up, I can just quickly revive myself. And for PvP, it's brilliant because basically people kill you,
turn their back on you.
Yeah, turn your back, and I just pop back up and then knife them or whatever, and I can almost hear their anguish, even though technically I shouldn't be able to. I can almost hear them from across the world going, "What the fuck?" But it's weird. It is. Say if I was to really rate the game, say we were to sit down, really write down what pros and cons and really rate it, it would probably be a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, but I think the fact that I'm playing it with you, because I know Jim doesn't play it with anyone. I think he played it with my mate a couple of times, but he loves it himself.
Mm-hmm.
He likes playing the single player. Again, I might as well just say I'm still on the moon single player mode.
You have not completed it.
No.
Your level what?
Level halfway, almost level 26, and I still haven't finished the moon because I'm just having too much fun doing strikes and patrol. I love patrols. I don't know what that is. It's like basically you go to the moon, or I'm going to Earth and just doing patrol missions and just nerfing everybody. I don't know. But I still haven't even played the Crucible. I've not even played one game online yet either.
So no PvP?
No, I don't. As I say, I don't really play online as much. I've never been one to play, maybe arena shooters. I did enjoy Quake and other things like that online, but not like Call of Duty or anything like that. It's not really my thing.
The PvP's alright. It's nothing really that special. It's because everybody gets, no matter what your rank is, everybody's the same with health and shield. The guns don't do any more damage than because you can upgrade your guns and all that for PvE, but for PvP you don't get upgraded damage. But what you do get is the perks.
Oh, right.
So say you've got a gun like a machine gun that has a perk of faster fire rate and less recoil. That'll carry over into PvP.
Oh, so you can carry more ammo as well. So my guys get like max ammo for auto rifles.
Certain perks, but say how you can upgrade the damage output. That only affects PvE.
What about like your armor? You can take damage hits. Does that still last?
No, I think everybody's got the exact same kind of armor. But now you can upgrade your armor and it's carry more grenades.
Yep.
Or faster melee, that'll carry over into PvP. It's all about perks.
Health perks don't count.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like so it's certain. So basically, you can have a build type for PvP and a completely different build type for PvE.
So basically, what it is you've got 100 life online, and it doesn't matter what perks you have. It goes. But say if you play the single player, you can have all your perks add up to 200%. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like. So basically, your health and armor and all that really only affects PvE. But PvPs, as I said, it's certain. It's your typical modes. It's you get kind of like capture the flag and Counter-Strike type mode, and
how does that play? Does it actually?
It's kind of weird. Nobody seems to play it right, as usual.
I take everybody just rushes.
Yeah, it's no matter what mode you play, people are only interested in doing what kill death ratios. It's like, so you've got a mode where, say, like, what's it called? It's called like capture or something like that, right? You start it, and what you should do as a team is rush to the first point and capture that point. For every team member that's on that point at that moment to capture, you get 75 points. So say your whole team rushes, you should have a good start. Nobody ever does. It's weird. It's like they're... I don't know if people just don't understand how the game works, but team deathmatch again, it's just like Call of Duty. Team deathmatch seems to be the only mode that's really overpopulated.
What I do find really good about the game is it doesn't force you to play online.
No, not at all.
Because I know there's some games you play that are always online, MMOs or whatever, that you have to play the online element of the game, or you don't get the full game unless you play these extra ones. I know I'm missing out on some bounties and other things like that, but again, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. It's not affecting my story, even though I haven't played it much. But it doesn't affect anything else that I'm doing in the game, so I don't feel that I'm missing out on anything.
No, you aren't really missing out on a lot. I mean, I think it's like the Crucible, you get Crucible marks and all this. It's like
I heard you can also do up your Crucible marks by using different points that you will learn in solo player as well, but I haven't actually learned anything about that.
That's another thing. It's like, because it's a kind of MMO light game, you can do a lot of farming. So you can farm for minerals on certain planets, and you can exchange those minerals for either Crucible marks or Vanguard marks, which again, you use those marks to then purchase like legendary item gears from the people who sell that stuff. Table. Yeah, so it's like, basically you can play the game how you want it, exactly what you've been doing.
Yeah, because everyone I know who's actually completed the game and then started doing the other bits, like started doing what I'm doing afterwards. Whereas I heard James and Mark talk about it all the time via group chat, going, "Oh, this is amazing! You need to get this game." So when I got my PS4, it's like, yeah, I'm just going to play with Mark, mess about with him, and it was so much better. It's like, I don't really want to play the story. I don't feel inclined to play the story mode because I don't understand the story. I've read a lot of people saying the story makes no sense, it doesn't matter, you don't have to do it. So I was like, fuck it, what's the point then? I'm just going to actually play the way I want to play the game. Online, cool, doing strike missions is awesome, really, really good. I think we've rabbited on maybe quite a bit about Destiny, but I would definitely...
It's because we've been playing it. I've been playing other stuff, but predominantly been playing Destiny for the past month and a half myself. It's really, really good. I would really recommend it if you're...
anyone who hasn't... I haven't even looked online. I need to look to see what it's like on previous generation, on PS3 and 360.
I think it actually plays pretty similar, to be honest.
Just up-res graphics.
Yeah, I mean, it's an alright looking game. It's not as if you're looking at it going, oh my god, this is only possible on next gen. It's alright looking.
There's quite a few hints towards Bungie's previous games. Halo, there's a few... If you look hard enough in the game, you do see things. One guy my work was telling me about, a young guy who says, "Oh, you need to play Destiny. So have you seen Master Chief's helmet yet?" And I was like, "No."
I know what it is.
He's like, "Oh, it's the strike mission. You go down and you fight before you fight the big tank."
Yeah, it's on Mars.
Go there. And if you look at a certain point, it's like the tower has Master Chief's helmet, and I was like, "Nah, no, that's not you're talking nonsense." He's like, "No, seriously, it is. It really is. You need to check it out." So next time I played it, I went, well, I'm going to assume I'm talking about that bit because it's bright orange. That's like Master Chief's thing. So
two ridges come out as well.
You look at it if you look at it front on, you go, it is Master Chief's helmet, and it's quite a nice little nod to it.
Putting in some enemies to take notice, to be honest.
The enemies, I talked about Halo comparisons. When you do play the game, you're like, yeah, this is Bungie. You can tell they're taking bits from Halo, even though they don't want to, because they've finished with Halo, but you go, well, the bikes control exactly the same as a Warhog would, or the Ghost, I guess it was called in Halo. The guns feel the same. Your double jump.
Dreg are very similar to those wee aliens.
Oh yeah, the wee annoying ones.
Yeah.
Also, one of the guns that they use fires out the blue pulse, feels like very much like the needle cannon.
Yeah.
Where it follows you around. What else is there? But there's lots and lots of. It does feel like a Bungie game, which of course it is. Jumps feel the same. Your double jump feature and very tough. But first time I played with Mark, I think you were level 25, 26 at the time I played it. And I was like obviously level 1, and he was double jumping it, but he was like floating in the air for about 15 seconds. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
So I had the choice. My max level was something called Blink, and it's basically like it blinks you from one part to another, and it's kind of cool, but you don't get a lot of height in it, and I've maxed out my height, and I was like, no, I love just doing that double jump feature and going, just floating around the map, just seeing all the wee enemies down below. I love it. I don't know, it's similar to, it reminds me of Crackdown.
Oh yeah,
remember that game? it was like, I used to barely play the actual storyline missions. I would just be running and jumping from building to building to collect orbs.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, yeah, this is pretty sweet. Wish I could do this in real life.
Because that's what I did in my one as well. I've maxed up my jump. I can get a triple jump, more or less, now. But it's not as good as my double jump. Because I can go higher with my double jump, but also I can float longer with the triple jump. So I was like, nah, I'll just keep my double. It's so much better.
I know, it's so kind of, when you there's a lot of detail when you think about it, like slight wee differences that go into the classes.
Because it took me ages to figure out what the best weapon setup for me was.
See, that's that's actually one of the better things about it, though, is say you are only interested in assault rifles. The game doesn't OP any certain weapons to the point of like, oh well, really if you want to get far you need to use this weapon. No matter, like, for PvP, whatever you're comfortable with will work, because it's not about the damage output, it's just how well you can use it and the perks. And like, no, for PvE it's kind of the same. I mean, I told you, it's like, you're probably best getting a hand cannon at first, because I thought it's like, at least that gets your aim, then you can kind of go and...
Because that's what I started off with, was my hand cannon, and then Jim was like, oh god, stop using that, it's the worst gun ever. And at the time it probably was doing like strikes online or playing with other people online, because I did only have 3 bullets for it, so I was constantly having to reload it, and it was quite annoying. So then I moved on to, I can't remember what the other weapon was, but I ended up on the auto rifle, which is now my main staple gun. Yeah, I like that the best. It holds, I've done my perks up so I can hold more ammo. I can reload quick with it. Only thing is the damage is quite low.
Yeah,
but again, everything else is, I can get so many shots out compared to my hand cannon. Oh, good old Rockstar. Not as good as Monster.
Zero sugar.
That tastes like what do you call those, fruit salad sweets?
Alright. I wish I fucking actually bought energy drink.
Take one.
It's so annoying. I'll swap you a...
That's alright, keep you the Andrew. I'm looking, I've got stuff like that.
Cool. Sweet.
Energy one anyway.
Energy drink.
I've never tried it. I seen that or a Red Bull, and I would only assume Jimmy would charge like £4 for a Red Bull.
See my thumb? Almost took it off with a washing machine.
Washing machine? It looks like I thought it was an
It looks like a burn, I know. No, that's what happens when a washing machine decides to take a chunk out of your skin.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been watching it all day yesterday, slowly scab over.
Good lord.
It knows you're afraid.
Oh, that bit always freaks me out. The Simpsons, that bit always manked me out. I was like,
I've also got that. I don't know what that was from right enough. I was helping Jill's sister do a flitting, and I've decided to just fucking Road Warrior hawk it. Just
I was going to say get pissed.
Just take some fucking, what was it, Vicodin or whatever it is,
and then go, oh, Draw's push me off the Titantron. But trying to save me.
What were we talking about?
Destiny.
There might be a cut there, but it might not be.
See how bothered you can be.
Exactly. No, so basically Destiny, I think you don't have to be a huge fan of Halo to like it, because I am pretty much, the last proper Halo game I really played was Halo 3. Now, how long ago was that? Yeah. And I really do enjoy the game, but it's definitely worth a try, I would say, because it could be something, like, I didn't imagine I would like it as much as I did, to be honest.
I don't know if I would enjoy it much if I wasn't playing with somebody, though.
True.
I don't think that it would be I know, to be fair, Jim enjoys it playing by himself. Cheeky. But I'm having so much more fun playing with yourself or online.
Aye.
That element of it's really, really good.
Oh, cool. What, you've been playing anything else?
Yeah, trying to think. Well, last time since we recorded, been to Japan. I actually did a video on that.
Yeah.
A couple of pickups from there. Trying to think what else has happened. Got my PS4.
Well, let's talk about your main staple of gameplay on the PS4, Driveclub.
Oh god, yeah. I might as well tell the story about that. So for months and months on end, I was like, oh, I want a PS4, because every single time a console comes out, I usually buy it day one. But when I just got the Xbox, so I was like, I don't want to get a PS4 straight away, because I'm going to have to basically drop $1,000 within the space of a couple of weeks to get this. And then Mark got it, and I was like, shit, I really want a PS4 now, because if Mark gets an Xbox, that means he's got an Xbox before me. He's got both of them before me, because Wii U doesn't count, even though it is next gen. But I was like, nah, Mark's not going to get a Wii U unless he can get one for a tenner.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
So I was like, fuck it, I need to get one before he does. But I was going on holiday and stuff, I was like, I can't. I now don't want to do it. So basically, first month I come back, get paid, I was like, yep, PS4. Went into game. And I was like, oh, what one are you after? I was like, I really want the white one, because I think it looks cool. So I ended up getting that. The guy behind the stall was like, oh, what do you want? I was like, I was thinking about getting Driveclub or Destiny. He's like, Driveclub or Destiny? Wink. And I was like, what? It's basically implied I couldn't afford to get both. He probably didn't. I probably just took it umbrage upon myself going, he thinks I'm poor. I was just like, no, give me both and the white one. So I paid fucking overpriced. So Destiny and Driveclub were 50 quid each. The white PlayStation was more expensive than the black PlayStation, because the deal on where you'd get, I think you were getting Driveclub, Minecraft, and I think maybe a month or so PSN.
Yeah.
For like 400 quid or something.
Yeah, but what happened though after you bought all that? It was like 1 week later.
Oh yeah, actually not even a week later, it's like 4 days later. Sony tweeted saying, oh, at the weekend, you can pick up a PlayStation with 25% off.
Aye.
I was like, brilliant. I sent the picture to Mark and Jim, and both of them were just like, you are a spastic. That's what happens when you want to go out your way and buy, and it's like, yeah, but mine's white. I got the white one.
It does look pretty sweet, to be honest. I've obviously got the original launch one, but the white controller especially looks, the white controller looks pretty sweet. But yeah, so Driveclub.
Oh, it's Driveclub. When I got it, I was like, yeah, I love racing games. That's probably it. James and Mark and Adam, I think it's really weird that I love racing games.
You're the only one out of us that can't drive.
I can't drive, and I've got no intention of ever driving. I don't see what it is. It bores me, but I'll sit and play a driving game for weeks, hours, whatever. It doesn't matter. I play them non-stop. So it's like, I went to Eurogamer that year, and the Driveclub, I was like, it's not bad. It looks good. It looks nice. Jim's fucking reversing around the track, annoying everybody. And so I got home. I was like, Destiny servers were down. The day I got my PS4, Destiny servers were down. I was like, Mark, I can't get on. He's like, yeah, Destiny's been down all day. Don't know what's wrong with it. So I was like, I'll play Driveclub. Put it in. Again, Driveclub's an online game, but I could still play
a single
player mode. And I was like, okay, stick it on. The very first thing I noticed was there's no music in the game. There's no music whatsoever. No menu music. Just like beeps of you moving the cursor around when you start the game. All you had was the acceleration of the car and tyre squeaking from all the other cars. So I was like, that's engine noises. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of different. I didn't really notice it at the time because I was trying to play it.
You're thinking, this is a bold choice by the developers.
Yeah, and then like, there's one thing I do like about it, there's no racing line. Basically every game now, ever since Forza came out with this racing line, every game you play, even Gran Turismo has a racing line for corners now. And it kind of annoys me, but what happens when you go around the corner, if you look at the corners, there's flags at the side of it, and if they're green, it's easy, yellow is the medium, and like red's the hard corner. So you do notice that. You don't really pay attention to them, but you do see it, which was a nice touch. But the cars don't feel floaty or anything. It's not a bad racing feel to it. It's not a racing sim, but it's not arcadey.
Yeah, kind of in between.
Yeah,
a nice wee balance.
Definitely. So I was playing that, and I was kind of like, oh, it's okay. I don't see what the big fuss about it was. But then when I sat down and thought about it, I read and people were like, there's no sound in the game. It feels like you're playing a beta.
Yeah.
And I paid full price for it, and I kind of then went, yeah, do you know what? It does. It feels like a shell of a game. It doesn't feel complete whatsoever.
As if you're playing obviously a pre-release.
Yeah. Aye. So like, considering the fact like Adam's playing Forza Horizon 2 at the time, I was like, this game is dog shit compared to this game. It's really fucking bad. Not control wise, just everything that's in the game.
But you're paying. I mean, it'd be different if, say, there was obviously supposed to be a PlayStation Plus version of the game, but it'd be different if you paid, say, 20, 25 quid for it.
Yeah, but then I paid 50 quid for it, and that's what made me go, well, I feel like I've been ripped off here. Big style. Played it again today to let you come up to see it, and I think there was a patch out for it.
Yeah, there was some music actually.
Music was in it now, but the game still plays the same, still looks the same. There's no weather.
Yeah, apparently that's coming in a future patch. more features that probably should have been in the game from the start. So it's what weather
that was
effects.
the diverse weather. Because I remember Forza came out and then Driveclub went, hey, we've got weather as well, but we're going to patch that in.
Yeah, it's strange nowadays. This seems to be real. I mean, look at Ubisoft, the problems they've been having, but it's weird nowadays that companies are getting away with releasing a game that's half-baked.
Oh, it's not even half-baked. I would say they've got the driving element down, they've got the graphics down. It doesn't look that good. I wouldn't say it's the best-looking driving game I've played this year.
It's decent looking, to be honest. If somebody was to tell me it was on the PS3 or Xbox 360, I'd be going, oh, looks good for that console. Yeah. I wouldn't find it unbelievable that it was on that.
Again, I still think that Need for Speed looked better for it in the PS4. Forza Horizon definitely looks better.
Yeah, Forza Horizon really. I mean, there's going to be people out there going, but if you compare that foliage to the foliage in this game,
this is full 60 FPS, all that nonsense.
But just going by the general look and feel of the game, and Forza definitely Horizon looks a lot better.
Again, I was talking about this earlier on to Mark. Like, I never done too much research into Driveclub, but I assumed it would be like basically every other racing game coming out nowadays, where you get to tune your cars up, you get to modify them, which is the biggest part of the most enjoyment I get out of the games these days. It's like, I love that element of, I came third in that race, but if I save my money up, I'll be able to buy a new muffler, and it'll give me like 3% or 3 more brake horsepower, and I'll be able to maybe overtake them on the straights.
Test that muffler, baby.
Exactly, you know what I mean? It's like, I'd love to fucking grind up and go, well, do I tune up this slightly, or do I save another $3,000 up and buy a turbo?
You do like the whole, it's almost like JRPGize driving games.
Yeah, I'll grind the hell out of them. Yeah. It's like, I'll start with a car where I'll take a car that I can tune up rather than a quick car, because I have more money to do different mods to. I was like, I love that. That's the element I love about Forza, and the best racing games ever. Gran Turismo, I don't care what anybody says. Gran Turismo 5 was... Even though it had all these premium cars compared to the standard cars, which were just high-res versions of PS2 ones, the game was amazing. I dread to think how many hours I put into that game. I completed it and then 100%ed it.
I played about maybe an hour and a half's worth and went, fucking hate these menus.
The menus, people moan about that, but the menus don't really matter. It's all about the racing. It's a bit clunky to get about.
It's weird though. I find I think that's the worst element of the Gran Turismo game is the menus, and yet I think that's easily the most copied thing from that game in other games. People go, we need to be like the Gran Turismo menus. The menus are fucking mess.
Well, that's what Forza done, wasn't it? Especially with Horizon, is just drive to the next marker point, look at a map and do that. Whereas I think Driveclub's got a more kind of Forza motorsport feel. The menus are like that. When you click this, go into this subgenre to go into that. But it's all about the racing at the end of it. It's like, how does the game play?
I only played. I finished a 3.5 minute lap. Just playing with, it was a Mini Cooper Sport or whatever. It handled pretty well. It felt kind of nice. As the game looked decent, but I just find it so strange that you had the game and it didn't have music around. Just the thought of releasing a game when it doesn't have standard features, but it's kind of like, don't worry, it'll be forthcoming in patches in the next few weeks. What the fuck?
Because I remember thinking that you were a PC elitist back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when we first kind of started hanging about together.
Total Biscuit.
This is... I remember thinking, going, wow, because I was just all console based, and it was... Mark was saying, you get this patch for this game and it makes it better for, I think it was Deus Ex at the time. It was like,
Deus Ex, it was a high resolution pack.
Yeah, it was getting all this, and I was like, oh man, what's the point of this? I can just plug in my PlayStation 1 and play a game going, well, it plays perfectly.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking at it and going, you just don't get it.
Yeah, so nowadays I was like, that'll never happen in consoles. Fast forward fucking 15 years and it's, wait a minute, it's even worse. Like, games are coming out which need a day one patch.
Yeah,
and it's not like a day one patch to unlock the game. I know some games, like PC games, do that. Like, you can't play the game before release date, but consoles you can. So maybe I can understand day one patch, but it unlocks the games, because I think that actually happened in the Xbox, didn't it?
Yeah, it's when day one patches are like 10 gigabyte. It's half the size of the fucking game. I think it's getting to the point it's really, really crazy that I remember See when the Xbox 360 started introducing the whole patching system, and I remember even thinking back then, this could be a slippery slope, this, because it could end up like PC, because I was so used to PC, basically, the game would be released, and then it's patch after patch after patch before the game is really working the way it should have done.
We're looking at you, Football Manager.
Yep. Exactly, Football Manager is a prize example of, by the third or fourth patch for it, it's usually working alright, but by then it's a fucking mess.
Yeah, but if you played the beta though, sign up to get early access to the beta, which is basically the full game.
But no, it's weird now that on consoles it's really become the norm. Like, I now, when I put in a game into the PS4 and I bought it brand new, I fully expect I need to download at least a 3 gig patch now. And that shouldn't happen. That really shouldn't happen.
Yeah, we're lonely. We're looking for the games of going, well, I remember playing Nintendo and you just plugged in the cartridge and away you went, and there was a game-breaking bug in it. Mm-hmm. But you couldn't do anything about it. Okay, maybe that's better now, that if there is a game-breaking bug, someone finds it, it's going, well...
But how rare was that, really?
Yeah, how rare was that? That was so good. But that's what we're kind of talking about, saying, what's the point of having these ones? The developers go, well, we'll patch it as it goes along. It's not like you're getting extra missions. It's going, well, you've paid 50 quid for the game. It's more or less unplayable, but give us 6 months and it might be. Yeah. It might be up to half of how good Forza is on day one release.
Yeah, well, we were actually talking before we started recording. We were talking about, what's it called? Divinity? Original Sin. Me and Hetero, me and Jim played through that whole game as it just first officially get released. So within 2 weeks of it being officially released, it was patched like 2-3 times. But see now, if I was to play through it again with them, it would play completely differently, because they've nerfed certain things, or OP'd this thing. We would have to play it differently.
Well, that's understandable that they went, okay, they've listened to
They're trying to balance it.
Yeah, listen to, that's what happens with like Street Fighter and stuff.
See,
they go, well, this guy's move's too heavy, and they go, well, okay, we'll figure that one out, and we'll make sure that's more, we can nerf the...
So it's not as if I'm saying outright, games should be released and then never patched. Yeah, I do understand that there's sort of a wee bit of balance in it.
Especially if you want, like longevity in the game, going, well, okay, we'll patch this, we'll make this better, we'll change the element here or that, but you don't want a game that's basically unplayable until 3 months down the line, with actually the developers go, well, we need to fix that. I keep bringing this point up, but I'm trying to think of like another example. Like Driveclub basically says, we're going to patch in like that the music, we're going to patch in the dynamic weather effects. And I've never seen a game that is going, we're going to patch in something like a main feature, but it should have been there already. Yeah, it's like, there's no other, I know, I'm going to assume if there's more than us saying this, but there's no other medium out there. You'd go to the cinema and pay, well, cinema tickets are outrageously priced nowadays, but you go to cinema and then you sit down and watch the movie, and then lights come on halfway through and go, thanks for coming. If you come back in 2 weeks' time, you will see the end of the movie. But as long as you keep your ticket, and come back in 2 weeks, and you'll see the other half of the game. Movie.
Yeah, or you're watching a movie and it has no soundtrack. Yeah. And you're just told basically it's like, soundtrack will be featured in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, what? Are you kidding me on?
What are you talking about, Mercy? We're going to patch in the sounds for that game.
Yeah, that's referencing. I done a wee movie review of Mercy, and fucking NBC blocked it outright because it's
it's an awesome movie, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
They want everyone to buy the DVD.
Raging, I spent a lot of time editing that fucking video as well. Bastards. But so Driveclub, pretty much average racer,
full price, dross.
Trading it in.
Yep, trading it in this week. I can't remember, I don't know what I'm going to trade it in for, because I know WWE 2K15 comes out, which I do want, but also Pro Evo's out, which I fancy picking up. Because I am a Pro Evo fanboy.
Yeah.
I've never liked FIFA. Since 98, probably rolled to the World Cup in 1964.
Paul Scholes was in the cover. Never buying that.
Oh, no. Remember who? God, there was a Newcastle player. I know, I'm going to say Newcastle player was in the front, but Michael Owen was in the front of a page with...
fuck who? What, was it Robert Lee or something
like
that?
Was it Genoa, maybe?
Do you know that? Did he make a cover? Probably.
Yeah, I think
he was into the whole. Like, he was advertising shampoo at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, I can't think of who was on the front cover. But maybe it was Kieran Dyer, England's next great.
Oh my god, I forgot. Is he still playing football?
Probably some low league.
Cropped somewhere.
Still, he was signed for QPR and then got injured a couple of seasons ago.
He's just, Paul, I can't feel my legs.
I've blown my quad. Can't think about anything else we've been playing recently.
Well, I've been playing a lot on my Vita recently.
Oh yes, actually, you and Adam were talking about this recently. For your little indie games.
Yeah, so Bob's not into this, so I'm just going to talk a wee bit about what I've been playing. So the Vita, dusted off the cover of it because I've not touched it in ages, but because I'm a PlayStation Plus subscriber, I have been adding the games to the basket, make sure I've got those games every month. So when I fired up the Vita and downloaded Spelunky and the recently released Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and pretty much been playing them solidly on the Vita. Anytime I'm doing I'm rendering a vid, so my PC, I can't go on my PC, it's rendering. I pretty much jump on the Vita, play that for a bit, and it's basically my Vita has exclusively became a Spelunky / Binding of Isaac game machine right now. And it's right up my alley of kind of pick up, quickly play, die, and then you put it back down, and then 5 minutes later you re-itch going, maybe this time, maybe it'll be different this time. And it's, honestly, I forgot how good the Vita is. Like, see the display?
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot on my 3DS recently as well, but playing Mario, even playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on it. Which
that's a game I actually got more or less when it launched, and I was like, I've never played it before, but I've read loads of reviews, people saying, "Oh, this game's amazing, it's out there, it's thinking differently," and I played it and went, I need 120 bells to do something. What the fuck is a bell? And how the fuck did I get said bells? And why the hell is there a hippo or a bear or something in my town?
It is capitalism, the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is, honestly, it's all about supply and demand. So you, for the weekend, you quickly go to one supplier and go, how many turnips do you have? She goes, I'm selling them for that the day. Sound, I'll have 10 stacks of them. Then throughout the week, you keep going to your wee local shop and go, how much you want to buy these turnips? And they're like, this much you're going. So if there's a profit to be gained to sell it, then you go to the other wee shop, you buy items. It is just capitalism, the game.
What did you call your town?
I can't remember, probably.
Dumbarton.
Castle.
I'm going to call it Scotland.
But as I was playing a lot of the 3DS, with the 3D turned off, obviously. But see, jumping from the 3DS to the Vita, it's like night and day. It's like how crystal clear the screen is. Like, the Vita, it is such a shame the Vita is just an absolute failure. It really, really is. Because it is a really neat handheld system.
I bought it day one, of course.
Of course you did, and it's... Well, Adam's
Adam's, yeah. I bought it day one, and I think I may have played 6 hours on it. No, not even that. I got... Uncharted came out on it.
Yeah, I played through
that. Uncharted, and I finished it and went, oh, that was cool. What else have I got? Everybody's Golf. Nah, no thanks, in a draw with that.
Yeah,
FIFA as well got, and I hate FIFA.
But no, the Vita right now for PlayStation Plus subscribers, it's definitely, I think the reason I've held on to mine is because I knew it's getting the most out of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
So it's like, alright, I've got a PS3, I've got a PS4, and I've got the Vita. So every month I've got at least 6 games. I know I sound like a fanboy, yet see, last gen, what was it like? I only played Xbox 360 pretty much right up until the death. And then I got PS3 and
I was going to say death of your 360.
Yeah, well, fuck, I've been through 4 of them. Don't get me started on that. But it's the PS3 I ended up loving right at the arse end of that generation. I was like,
I think that's when the PS3 came into its own, because everyone was like, people who had 360s went, well, what are these all exclusives that are coming out in the PS3? And I think going, well, I haven't played half the exclusives that came out on it, like
Metal Gear. Solid 4.
Going back to Metal Gear, what a game that was.
I've played through it 3 times and I'm still not sure whether I actually rate that game.
Adam's like, what was Adam saying today? I was saying, he's moaning about how I don't like Binding of Isaac, and it's like, I'd rather play Binding of Isaac than a Metal Gear. I was like, oh, you bastard, get out of here, don't even talk to me. That's it. Taps after going 1v1 mate. He wasn't having it. I was like, oh, you dickhead, don't you ever disrespect Solid Snake. Tell me the story then, tell me the story. It's like, Snake's old, but he's not really old.
I remember, I really strongly remember certain points of Metal Gear Solid, I did say that right, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yep.
What was the Son of the Patron? No, that's 2. What was the subtitle for Metal Gear Solid 4? Something, Guns of the Patriots or something like
Guns
that.
of the Patriots or Old Snake.
Yeah, I remember certain bits of that game, but what was it? It was like an hour, or like a 45-50 minute ending cutscene.
Yep. Oh, see the bit where you have to crawl through you're
breaking
exploding, and you're like, go Snake, fucking go, and you've got that wee pussy crying at the end of the wee robot going, I wonder if Sony will release that as an actual toy. That would be sweet. Every single time I play a game going, I wonder if Sony will release something along those lines of like, because remember they brought out the Cyberdog, and I remember Cyberdog was in some sort of game, and I was like, I wonder if they stole that idea from Kojima for that. Anyway, sorry, that's me getting sidetracked.
But the PS3 last gen definitely had the big exclusives. Obviously the Uncharted series, pretty awesome series all the way through. Uncharted 3 was a bit, but Uncharted 2, a classic, awesome game. The PS3, I don't know, it was by the end of the PS3, when it came to multi-platform games as well, started actually being even footing.
Yeah.
Because the whole reason I had an Xbox 360 was, well, multi-platform games are always better on that.
Yeah, because it's at the time, I remember when it came out, again, I got my fat George Foreman grill size PS3 when it first came out. That's sitting right there.
I've got one of the same. It's terrible looking.
Yeah, but it's good. I paid more money to get the one with the slots in the top of it, so you could plug in memory cards.
Aye. Is that a 60 gig one? The PS2? Backwards compatible?
Yeah.
Sweet. Very rare that they're still actually working nowadays.
I think I've got 2 broken ones in the cupboard.
I went through one broken PS3.
Yellow lighted, one of them, and the other 2, I don't know what happened on them.
Do you not think that's absolutely crazy? Like that last gen was just like the first few years I went through 4 Xbox 360s and 1 PS3.
Just if we're going to get sidetracked, I went through, my very first one was they were called core units before they became arcades. So I had a core unit, it broke, so I sent it back, got a new core unit. It broke again, they wouldn't return that one, so I went and bought a premium. Well, I don't know, what did premium end up getting called? Oh, fuck it, who cares?
So it became arcade. Remember they changed it?
Because core was arcade, because it had the white disc tray, was the premium one had the chrome disc tray.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a chrome disc tray premium version. Again, it broke, so that was shit. Then they brought out the Elite, which was the very first console to...
It was black.
It was black, and it came with an HDMI port and a 120 gig hard drive. Because at the time, everyone was still using component cables, and I was ahead of the curve. So I was like, my TV takes HDMIs, plus it's as thick as a brick. That's crazy how fat that TV was. Anyway, so I got that, and I've had that since, but I have got other Xboxes in between. Just because they were going, I think I got maybe you could lock them out with like system lock, child lock on them.
Yeah, that's right.
I got one cash converters because it was parental locked for 20 quid. I was like, I'm going to read on how to unblock it. And it told you there's 60 codes to put in of how to unlock it. And it was literally the 60th code or whatever I put in was the last one to unlock it. And I was like, yes, I've got a working PS3. Sorry, Xbox. I've got a working 360 for 20 quid, even though I've got one sitting there I've paid more money for, but it doesn't matter. So I think I went through 3 of those. I remember actually one of the lasting memories of your old house in 360s was going up to Mark's house, and he had a bastardised 360 that was basically open to the elements because all it would do was cook itself. Yep.
It was basically an Xbox 360 that was completely open. I took it as anybody coming in, it looks like there's a motherboard sat there.
Yep.
And then the wee light, and it was just... God, to even think that I would even do that and not just going, just get a new one. But honestly, it was just...
They were still really expensive at the time.
But by that point, that was my 3rd Xbox 360, and it ran out of warranty. They would always last just over a year, the bastards.
Just enough to get you out of that period.
And then it would just keep, breaking. But yeah, that is actually quite funny. I remember that. It was just like the state of it. How dangerous is that?
Yeah, that's only the vivid memory of your old gaff going in, walking into that room, and then just seeing that metal monstrosity sitting there, because it was just sitting in the metal case with a motherboard and the disk drive hanging out, going, you still not fix that yet? Oh, it fucking works, I'll wait till it breaks.
Aye, that's pretty much exactly.
Going, Mark, if you're changing the game, if it opens up, make sure you put a disc in just in case it closes, because you won't be able to open the disc tray up without a disc inside it. Going, what? I don't understand this at all.
But thankfully this gen, so far, I mean that's the PS4 been out for a year now. And so far, yeah, there's probably, obviously there'll be a percentage that have broke. But so far, I haven't had anything near. I mean, I played Destiny for like 4 or 5 hours straight, and I felt like the back of my PS4, because I was kind of wondering, I was like, well, how hot is it actually getting? And yeah, it's warm, but it's not like absurdly hot, like to the point where the Xbox 360, you're feeling the back of that and you're going, fucking hell, how's it not melting at that?
Well, actually, what surprised me with the PS4 was the fact that it uses the same adapter as the PS1 and PS2.
Aye.
And all the older consoles like the Xbox, like the power supply is actually built into it.
I mean, it's kind of impressive considering the hardware that's in it. It's not, I mean, it's for me, it's smaller than the fat PS3. Just dimensions wise, I know technically people will go, no, but if you measure it, width or whatever, but no, it's smaller than the PS3 with a lot.
It's a hell of a lot smaller than the Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox One's actually, it's only until you actually see it up close in person you realise, fuck me, it's really big.
Yeah, there's literally one console in my whole collection that's bigger than it, and it's the CDI.
The CDI's a monster,
and the CDI is bigger than a VHS player. And heavier.
You could kill somebody with that CDI.
I'd kill myself for buying the fucking thing.
It's awesome. it's so bad it's cool.
No, it's not.
No, it's really not. But what were we talking about anyway? We go on that tangent. We were talking about Vita, that's right.
Oh yeah, Vita.
But so if you have a PS4 and a PlayStation Plus subscription, a Vita's definitely worth having, I think, anyway.
It's just getting your money's worth out your subscription anyway.
Exactly, because every month I have at least 6 new games to play. So because PlayStation have now upped it to 2 free games for each system every month.
Yep.
And it's you can't argue with that, really.
No.
It's really cool.
Considering games for gold's absolute bollocks.
Well, yeah. At some point, Microsoft will have to up their game.
Well, it's like, the Xbox is a year old now. Are you going to start maybe getting, I don't know, Dead Rising or fuck Rise? Oh, I God, how could you forget about that game?
I would assume that would probably be one of the first proper games.
And I remember they had a Forza weekend for free. You could download Forza and play it. It was a full game. But again, now that Forza Horizon's here, maybe people go, well, I'll give Forza again. They go, well, the gameplay's nice on it, I like the way it controls. Forza Horizon could be good, so give that away for free.
You would have to, because that's PS4 next month. That's
you were saying that?
They're giving away proper PS4 games.
Do you know what game it is yet?
So it's Infamous Dying Light or something light. It's basically the kind of add-on for the Infamous game, but you don't have to have that game. It's like a prequel. But, you get that free. I can't remember the other PS4 game. It's something like NBA or something. I know it's not NBA, but it's another PS4 game that's, you're not going to get excited about, but it is a legit PS4 game. Then again, I don't know what the PS3 and the Vita games are, but I mean, the Vita is really cool because Binding of Isaac Rebirth just got released, but that was a free PlayStation Plus game. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, the game is only, $7.99 to buy outright, but still, it's just get released and you get that straight away. I mean, the PlayStation Plus subscription, for me, is really, really worth having.
Actually, do you know what? I'm actually going to say something about PlayStation Plus. I bought Destiny and I bought Driveclub. Both inside them, it says that you get a 3-month trial. I was like, oh cool, because one thing I did go, I was like, oh bollocks, I now need to pay for Xbox Live subscription and the PSN subscription. So inside I was like, oh cool, at least I'll get 2 months free. Enter the code. I was like, oh, it's not working. So I said to Matt, have you ever had any problem in codes? He's like, nah, I don't know what. And then I read the small print. You can only get a month free trial if you've never had a PlayStation Plus subscription before. I was like, well, that's horseshit. I've just fucking paid over £500 for this console and they won't give me a free month's trial. So I had to go buy I think I bought a 90-day subscription, but off of CD keys. But I accidentally entered the details twice, and I have 2 90-day trials. I was like, oh fuck it, doesn't matter. I will renew it, but at the time I was like, it's pissed me off considering how much I paid, and I couldn't get a 3 months trial on it. I know maybe it would stop people getting games and then just having a rolling 1 month free
Yeah, I think
subscription.
that
like
happened a
Netflix.
lot with Xbox Live. Remember? It was the 48-hour codes.
Oh yeah.
But
People were buying them on eBay for fucking
Like
peanuts.
50p.
Yeah.
And it's like not even 50p, it was just like 30 pence or something. People were buying 48 hour, and you would have
Infinite amount of them.
That's not available anymore.
Yeah.
It's like they've done the similar thing to PlayStation Plus, where it's like, yeah, you have this code and you can play online, but you don't get the gold deals.
Yeah.
So it's like, say, Xbox Live Gold's offering like Halo 4, Halo Reach or whatever, and it's you go, I'll quickly file that code in. You still don't get that game for free because it's not a proper subscription, which is kind of funny, but no. Which reminds me, I played Call of Duty Advanced War. Warfighter.
I've been actually looking to maybe picking up as well as something else.
So, well, I didn't get into this earlier because I did want to speak to you on here about it. So, I haven't played any of the multiplayer yet. I have watched my girlfriend play loads of the multiplayer. Multiplayer looks pretty fun. The single player is where I played for maybe about 2 hours. I've played of it. And it's your typical Call of Duty where you're always flying in from like somewhere, and every time whatever you're flying in on, the plane, helicopter gets hit, you crash. The 3 missions back to back all started like that, by the way. So obviously the new features, the double jump, and you're stronger, you can tear off cars, doors, and use as a shield and all this.
What is it? You've got an exoskeleton?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't. It's weird because you don't really feel. I expected to feel like heavier or.
Are you feeling like, is it a Halo vibe you're using?
No, but know what the main vibe is about this game? Crisis 2,
okay.
especially, because there's the second mission in Advanced Warfare where somebody gets referred to as Prophet. Mm-hmm. Prophet's the name of the character in Crisis 2. I know Prophet's just a generic military name, like code name, right? Yeah. But it was kind of, I was like, God, this really reminds me of Crisis 2. And there's a guy even called fucking Prophet in this. So I'm playing the game, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's just typical Call of Duty, everything's so fucking overblown. Big Hollywood blockbuster. So you go through like a mission, your best friend dies. That isn't a spoiler, that happens basically straight away. You get introduced and going, these 2 guys know each other, right? Your main character and his mate. You get told these guys have been training for 6 months together. Literally the first cutscene that you see them in, they go, yeah, I signed up to get away from my dad. Yeah, me too. What? You've fought back to back, trained for 6 months next to each other. Never once did it come up why you joined the army. Really?
Take it away from home.
So, after that, best mate dies, obviously making a heroic kind of, leave me, my arm's cut. So, you go into a training module, you're going through, and I noticed very, very quickly that they seem to reuse the exact same rooms a lot. It's very, very weird. I was going, God, this is a bit low budget.
Like Hanna-Barbera cartoons?
Yeah, effectively. So you're going through that. Then at one point, I turn around while my teammate's speaking to me, and his mouth is going like, see, like the Thunderbirds puppets.
Oh, yeah. Just up and down, up and down, up and down.
Down that. Jawing away, nothing's coming out, and then half a second later, the words, it was like a kung fu movie.
Oh god, badly dubbed.
Really badly dubbed, and I'm going, oh god, that feels really cheap and nasty. So you go through that again. Kevin Spacey gets introduced into the game. Kevin Spacey's awesome, but I know it's not a huge spoiler now, but he's clearly the bad guy. And yeah, now I know that he is, but when you're first introduced, I think it's supposed to be a bit of a surprise that Kevin Spacey, who plays the bad guy in pretty much everything, is the bad guy in this game. He kind of gives the game a little bit more gravitas. Yeah. Like, you're kind of going, this is kind of mad, Kevin Spacey's on a fucking Call of Duty.
Does it look good though? Does it look like Kevin Spacey?
It looks pretty decent. There's certain scenes in this game where you could almost kind of squint your eyes and it looks like real life.
Yeah.
It looks that good.
Excellent.
But there's something I get really frustrated with, to the point I switched the game off. There's QTEs in this game, and I don't mind QTEs.
Shame you.
This has QTEs that has... So you're on a highway at this point, you're jumping from vehicle to vehicle on top of like buses.
Matrix.
So you don't know a QTE is coming up, you have no idea.
Right, okay.
And it just flashes very, very quickly. You're going, whoa, what the fuck was that? And then you die. So you replay it and then you go, oh, it flashed up X there. But the X flashes up on, say the vehicle you want to jump on is 20 yards away in the game. The X will be attached to that vehicle. But the vehicle's white. What colour would you imagine you would put that fucking X button?
Blue, because it's blue on the controller.
No, white. So the X, they put white QTEs on white backgrounds. So you honestly have to be sitting very close to your TV to even recognise what icons flashed up. So I had to do this one scene over and over until I finally learned exactly what the buttons were, because you jump on it, you don't know when it's coming up.
Yeah.
Like, we've discussed this
before. Is it random
before.
every single time, or is it the same?
It's the same every single time.
But is it the same button comes up every single time?
Well, this one used X, R3, which you can't see.
The thumbstick.
Yep. Again, white text on white background.
Okay.
Who fucking designed that? So I've done that, and then eventually square out of nowhere. When I thought it was an X, it just came up a small circular item. I thought it was an X, not square. Oh, you're dead. Restart again. I done this 4 times before eventually getting through it.
You know, people are going to be saying you're such a knob.
Yeah, well, I can't believe nobody throughout the whole playtest went, do you think it's a good idea having all these fucking white vehicles with the white QTE commands?
White cars are very interesting though.
No, it blew my... Jill sat next to me, she was on a laptop or something, and I'm going, I'm getting so frustrated. Who the fuck designed this and thought it was a good idea?
Well, you think like, say, push triangle, so it's green for triangle, blue for X.
How easy would that be, even if you want to stick with the white, right? Say you want, no, we're sticking with the white. Stick with it, but have the X coloured.
Yeah.
You know, just still have the X, but have it coloured. No, it's just an X. I would have to show you a picture, but it's like, it's white font effectively on a white background. It's going so fast. And again, to give an example, try and give you an example. So the bus that was to jump on, we see it there. So the X will appear tiny far away as the bus, and as it gets close, the X gets bigger. But it's not big so much. So like, I had to actually move closer to my TV to see what fuck button is it asking me. But obviously by the time it's close enough, it's too late. Really frustrating, and it just basically, I thought, this shouldn't happen, especially on a big title like this.
Oh, definitely.
Like, it must have been playtested to buggery, this game, and I don't know if there's other people out there. I haven't really watched any reviews. I don't know if anybody out there's went, oh, this is a huge problem. I don't even know if it's just for that section of the game, and then it's never appeared. But yeah, so that was I mean, it looks great. Again, I wouldn't, if anybody was to tell me, oh, this is on Xbox 360, I'd be impressed. I'd be going, holy shit, this looks awesome. But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, like...
But again, we're only a year into development for the next gen consoles.
Yeah, I expected a wee bit more, I suppose,
especially for a Call of Duty series game.
Yeah, because
I was disappointed by Ghosts though. I know Ghosts was...
Oh god, I hated Ghosts, I thought it was terrible.
Only paid, I think it was like 15 quid for it at the time anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it looks and plays a lot better than Ghosts. It is definitely, it seems to be a decent game. Just, if you're not a fan of Call of Duty, this game ain't going to change that at all, because it plays pretty much like Call of Duty, except you can jump a wee bit higher. That effectively seems to be the main difference.
Aye.
But yeah, so that was my Call of Duty gaming. Annoying.
So, probably maybe start to wrap this up a little bit now. Might as well talk about maybe the future of the podcast, considering we've almost done it for a year now, and we've put out some amount of videos and we've done podcasts, etc. and stuff, but we decided that maybe it'd be a better idea to do a monthly kind of catch up like this. What we've done just now, can I say what we've been playing? We did probably rant on for about 20 minutes about how amazing Destiny was.
Yeah.
So probably maybe once a month, every 4 weeks, we'll put out what we've been playing, stick it on YouTube and whack it on iTunes to actually start using our iTunes account more often.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe every quarter, every 4 months, put out a video game one. Because we did decide we were going to play Metal Gear Solid next, but then OSW decided that they would do Metal Gear. They're only doing 15-minute videos, but it's like, there's no point doing that and then saying, well, I know we were going to play different versions. I was playing the GameCube, Jim was going to play PS1, and you were going to play the PC version. But there's no point putting something out when someone's already done that. So I think we're going to maybe take a break. Not maybe take a break from it, we're going to play it in the background because our updates weren't as regular as we wanted them to be, so we thought, fuck it, we might as well try to maybe put a monthly video to get ourselves, because when we sit back down in front of the microphone it does a little bit, what will we talk about? Maybe a bit wooden at first, but if we do it once a month, it's get yourself together and get more content up.
We are busy. It is kind of annoying. We would obviously like to do this a lot more than we're able to, but doing the audio only like this is obviously a lot easier to edit.
Mark, you'll be able to fire it through in less than a week.
It's so doing that, but give us a follow if you're on Twitch and stuff like that, because a lot of times we will be streaming and you can just let you see what we're playing. Remember, leave comments, even suggestions of like games you're interested.
Even if you want to hit us on Twitter, we've all got separate Twitter accounts. I'm WTG Boab, BOAB. I think what you PoloMint Peeper.
PoloMint Peeper. You'll see all this.
But we'll stick it somewhere. But just to give us comments, we'd like to see you play that or hear about you talking about something different rather than what you've just been playing. But yeah, we're going to hopefully get more content out, and definitely from next year onwards, because it's going to be a busy couple of months leading up to Christmas and stuff now. But hopefully start from next year, at least one podcast a month, and every other.
Hopefully specials in between.
Yeah, like video games, like actual video specials rather than just us sitting. Because we will still put this on YouTube, and we'll actually start putting them on iTunes more regularly. But yeah, every 4 months, probably every other quarter, we'll stick up a special We Talk Games like we used to do.
But cheers for listening this far anyway, guys, and yeah, that's bye for now from me.
And see you later on, boys.